As Miss Brittany herself has said, you drive me crazy. I just can't sleep.
Hello, friends. Welcome to COVID is Making Me Crazy 2020. So excited to see you all here. This is my fake newscaster voice. Do you like it? Anyways, today we're going to be talking about sleep and how important it is, especially for people who suffer from anxiety and depression. It's very, very important. It's very restorative. It's important that you hit light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, really all of them. But specifically REM, because that is when your body kind of resets or your mind resets. So we're going to talk about sleep today. I'm going to share some information I got from anxiety.org that has, like just different steps to make your sleeping better. And also I'm going to just share my tips of what I do, because I suffered from insomnia for a very long time. And then it comes and goes now as well. I've never been a great sleeper, and I'm still not a great sleeper, but I'm much, much better than I used to be. Okay, so first I'm gonna go over some of the products and things I do to fall asleep at night. The first one, melatonin. Melatonin for me will help me fall asleep sometimes, but it doesn't necessarily keep me asleep. If you're a person whose problem is they wake up a lot, I'm not sure that this is the choice for you, but it's always worth a try because everybody's body is different. It says 5 milligrams on this one. I take 2. I have a very strong brain. So melatonin. And my doctor, my therapist recommends not taking like the same kind of thing and the same quantity several nights in a row, because then your body just kind of gets used to it. So if you're going to take melatonin, do it once or twice in a row, and then wait a day or two, and then maybe take less or maybe take a little bit more. That way your body is not like thinking like, oh, this is what I'm getting tonight. Melatonin. Second, I do use some of these like little lotions sometimes that have sleepy scents in them, like chamomile. This one I actually just got in my FabFitFun, and I really like it. I don't even know what's in it, but it says this works, so it must be true. I'm gonna see if I can see real quick. Well, there's a lot of stuff in it, but it smells great, and I really like it. It reminds me of my sister. She does a lot of oils. Good job, Dee Dee. The next thing I use sometimes is a product by Boiron, Boiron. I don't know if you can see it. Their sleep one, this one isn't the sleep one. I think I'm out of mine. But the sleep one is called Coffea Cruda, and I'll write it out in here as well. But Boiron makes a lot of really great products. They're all natural, and I'm a big fan of several of them. So for me, the Boiron is another one that it calms my mind, which is what I personally need. To just relax me, to help me get us to sleep easier. So Boiron has a lot of good stuff. Okay, now when I am having the exceptionally terrible week of sleep, which I especially have been having lately, I do turn to the magic of edibles. I know it's not for everybody, and it's usually not for me, but the difference in the quality of sleep I get after taking edibles and without taking edibles, or with even taking any other aid, is like remarkable. And I personally do a 50-50. So it's 50 CBD and 50% THC. A lot of people just go for CBD because that's more of like a body relaxing. But again, personally, my brain is very strong, and it is what needs to shut down. It's not necessarily my body, it's my brain. So once or twice a month, this is my go-to, and I don't feel bad about it, and neither should you if you so choose to do these things for yourself. So those are the main products I use to help me fall asleep. There are lots and lots and lots of them out there. I have tried plenty of them, but those are my main ones. I also do have a prescription for Ambien, but I only take that when I'm traveling. Excuse me, because obviously, if you know anything about being extra anxious and you're not getting enough sleep, you stay anxious, and I'm not willing to do that when I'm out of town. And in all honesty, I haven't had to take it when I was out of town in a couple years, but I do still have a prescription. And, you know, every once in a while, I will do it. If you're going to take that route, be careful. I have known people that have got addicted to it. I don't like drugs like pills and things like that. So I've been lucky that like it's so few and far between that I take it that I don't have to worry about things like that. But it is a real thing. It does happen to people. Now, if you say, did you walk out in the kitchen and make dinner at 4 a.m.? I have never heard of that happening. Everyone always asks me that when I suggest, like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried that? It's never happened. And I asked my doctor about it because I don't like taking pills. So I try to find out as much information as I can before I take anything. And my doctor was like, that's one of those flukes that it happened to like 5 people. So they had to put it on there. So you don't necessarily have to be scared about, you know, leaving your house in the middle of the night or anything like that. I do also want to talk about 2 different apps or websites I use as well. So the first one is excelatlife.com. I discovered this website probably 9 years ago when I was going through one of my really bad, I call them episodes, where I was so anxious I couldn't even leave my house. And I discovered this app and it really helped me a lot, and I've continued to use it since. It's a meditation app. It's got lots of different meditations, a lot of guided things. The one I use is Meadows with sound, and anytime that I'm having like a real hard time falling asleep, like it's just not happening, it's my go-to. It works every time. I do have to sometimes restart it. I've never actually made it all the way to the end. I know like what part I need to be to, like when I would usually fall asleep, and if I'm still awake, I'll just restart it. And sometimes I have to restart it a couple times. But if you can really let your mind go and follow the meditation, it's amazing. It's one of my go-tos. And then another one, I just use like one of those sound making apps, and I will almost every night have that on. I require like some background noise, because if I hear something anywhere, I will start wondering where it came from and why it's there. So that's, for me, it helps just to kind of have a relaxing background noise on, and that there's lots of different apps for that. So I think I'm actually gonna do the next part, which is the information from anxiety.org, in a part 2, because this is already like 8 or 9 minutes long, and I don't know how long people actually want to listen to me talk. So we're just going to call this part 1, and stay tuned for part 2 on sleep.